Welcome back. We are here for Hearts of Wulin, Gaze into Silken Night, episode 2. All right. So we have our theme music going on. Um, it's where we have opening scenes of the characters, like maybe in fun fighting positions, a montage of like, scenes from the show. Um, but I think unless everybody wants to like put in like where they see their characters for this particular opening credits montage, it's like I'm happy to entertain that. I love that kind of stuff. um so
Yeah, yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. we'll
Um,
end with we'll end with Black Orchid because it's like I want to see where Black Orchid's been besides possibly being passed out. So who would like to start?
I think for Soup, the scene in the opening montage is, uh, yeah, just, you know, it's the scene where Soup goes from being, haha, I'm just a drunk, nobody can, sees a dead body, and then just kind of like straightens up all business, goes into detective mode. And in the recap, it's obviously like kind of like, the camera's just turned a little bit, all the colors are like desaturated, and it's like, oh, detective mode on. Like that's the scene from of Soup, I think, that began the recap. Yeah. My suggestion for Jintong is uh, when you uh, cornered Gullible Move, was it? And was like, "What are your intentions uh, with Morningstorm?" Was that the scene? Yeah. Was that how you phrased it? Something like that?
I don't remember if Jintong did that anymore. Did I do that or did
You
I
you
did
did
I
it to
ask?
Morning Storm. Like basically you said
Yeah.
like what's your intentions towards Gullible
Oh
Moo, or no,
yes, yeah, yeah.
River.
It was,
What's
yeah,
the
it was.
relationship between
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
two?
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Morningstorm was like, "What? There's nothing going on." And then it was very clearly something going on. And we got to see, for Ray's benefit, we got to see that Morningstorm was a member of the Clove School who
Mhm.
was here in disguise to get Soup back to the school. Is a thing that came out. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah. And Soup kind of ruined it by hitting on her, I think is the is the consensus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, there's no point getting him back to be the master of the Clove School when it's like he's chasing after somebody. It's like we want him back to lead. So
Yeah. Uh, there was also like a cool flashback for Jintong regarding the King of Pearls. Do you want to talk about that, Agatha?
Sure. The flashback, excuse me. It's I think what we see in the clip is Jintong looking at it's I think this is at night. Yeah, this is at night, like midnight. With a headless corpse on the ground, and then Jingtong just looking across the headless corpse at the King of Pearls, and then seeing the moonlight on the King of Pearls, and then a flashback scene, probably also like maybe also desaturated in a different way to be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a flashback. Um, to just it's another shot of the King of Pearls uh passed out and again just framed beautifully and lit beautifully in the moonlight, and then a splash of blood on his face, and then the camera pulls back a bit and we see what looks like the King of Pearls' lover holding him as he is passed out, and then behind the lover is Jintong with her hand in his back, and then when she pulls out his heart.
sorry, Moo, you got to follow that.
I think the two scenes we have is Wu hiding, as in the background. We see Ruogang with her weird musical sword killing two brigands on the pasture. And yeah, and I'm just like hiding behind like a small hill or something. Um, and then oh well, actually maybe just a very small clip of on the carriage ride with Morningstorm grabbing his hand as they pretend to be betrothed.
Can I also propose my favorite Gullible Moo scene, which is
Sure.
when Sun Guangyu was like, I've invited all of you because I think you're the child of my uh of this political rival that people think I killed for some reason. And you were like, I'm not the son of your political rival. And everyone was just looking at you like, well, this was not a question and answer round. Like
Oh, is that the Q&A section of the
yeah,
host?
it was not a Q&A session with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think I mirrored that same thing with the daughter, Sun Zheng, when she's saying like, well, no one can leave. The murderer's here. And Gullible says, oh, I'm not the one who murdered
Yeah, I'm not the murderer though.
her. So it
Like,
doesn't apply to me.
yeah, good.
So
The meme is like Gullible Moo. I'm not the insert thing here. And Black Orchid.
Yeah, I think what we see of Black Orchid is it's that thing where the camera is like very down low, um, and it's like it's a moonlit scene as Rain of Moon and Black Orchid appear to be fighting, right? Like going back and forth. Um, when all of a sudden, like it's one of the slow-mo things where Rain of Moon's like sleeves completely cover her face for a moment before Black Orchid suddenly comes in and says, see, and just like that, you're dead. You just left an opening. It's like, when are you going to take these trainings seriously? And Rain of Moon says, I don't have to as long as you're here to protect me. And um and then like there's a moment where the rain starts coming down. And there's a brief flash if we see it red going down Rain of Moon's face to sort of hints at the death she went through, and then it cuts to Black Orchid waking up with, is it rain on his face? Is it tears? We're not sure.
Gorgeous. I think the desaturation for the opening credits is more of like a silvery, silky, like desaturation, and then any flashbacks from your pasts, or your past with your NPCs is like darker and like it's harder to see, right? It's like it's more sepia, like grimy, like oversaturated, basically. So yeah, that's how we can tell. Oh God, these are so good. So we enter in with like these montage scenes from the episodes before and like from your flashbacks, and I think yeah, I mean, like, if Soup, you want to just go ahead and do that thing of like trying to find or go to Black Orchid's room and just like, dude, we can
Yeah.
open with that. Like it's morning, like like some people have
Can I
yeah, go ahead.
talk entanglements?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We should do those the beginning of the session stuff first. So, Face of Fate. That's one thing. So Gullible Moo will be rolling for that. But then entanglements, I think people can adjust and change them at this juncture. And what did you want to discuss, Jintong?
Okay, so I was looking at Jintong's romantic entanglement,
Hmm.
and I think it actually makes more sense. Like reading through it, I owe Black Orchid everything, but despite that, my heart belongs to the White Monk.
Uh,
I think the phrasing actually it makes more sense that Jintong is aware of Black Orchid's feelings, because that that seems to be what that sentence is implying.
okay.
So, Soup, I can still have killed your master if that's something that you are interested in. Um, but because I remember in the beginning you were proposing two different entanglements that could tie our characters together. One was
Right.
that, yeah, and it kind of hinges on whether, or the way I decided it was hinging on whether Jintong knew about Black Orchid's feelings or not. So
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know how you feel.
So I will pitch you the other one, and you tell me, because it is a thing that you have to buy into, that you have to find fun, because it will be weird otherwise. The other one was uh Jintong has asked me to find someone else for Black Orchid, right? Like, and that also requires raise buy-in, of course, but like that's a very specific thing for us to set up. So and I don't know if we want to go in that direction. So what do you think?
I am okay with committing to that if you are still interested in it. Like, because it is your entanglement, so Thomas. And then
Yeah,
also, of course, Ray.
I'm happy to do that. Ray, would that be interesting if Soup is just like going up to like different people and being like, Black Orchid is actually a very a very good and handsome person that you should talk to.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with it.
Okay, nice.
And then, okay, and then to clarify, did Jintong, do you still want to keep the Jintong has killed Soup's master, or do you want it not to?
No, I would change
Okay.
that. I would change
Okay.
that. And that would
Sounds
make
good.
us like more friendly, right? Like it would mean that we once had a heart-to-heart conversation where I was like, Black Orchid, like clearly has feelings for you, and you were like, it's never gonna happen. Promise me you'll do something about that. And
You
and
seemed
help.
very friendly. You seemed very friendly in the last episode where, you won against Undaunted Zhedong, and then Jintong came up and was not impressed, but like seemed like this is something that she's seen before. So I feel
Yeah.
like you guys have a more amiable relationship than originally thought. And
I do.
yeah,
Mm.
okay. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
say, I'm definitely say like the one fact that has not changed though is that the master of the Clove School was killed.
Yeah.
But if not by Jintong, it's like, somebody else.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
And I think I really like that actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because then that means that I feel like the power dynamic between Jintong and Soup is it's either a little more balanced, or I think like Soup would have a little bit more power, and I'm very interested in that. So
Interesting.
we gonna
Okay.
see, we gonna see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. And Gullible Moo has plans about that, I'm sure. From last time.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I think that Rod did was Gullible Moo is trying to set up Jintong and Soup for some reason, because Gullible Moo's figured out like that's the way to get Morningstorm out of this fake relationship. Yeah, it didn't. It looked like it was gonna go well. So.
Yeah, so he left some wilted flowers and a note saying from your secret admirer in front of
Spilled
Jintong's
alcohol
door.
and then
Yeah,
spilled alcohol.
yeah, and spilled alcohol on it to imply that it's from Soup. Clearly the only person in this compound who drinks.
Clearly. Although it would be hilarious if it was even more twisted, because like Undaunted Zhedong, of course, is the drunken master. So it's like, who knows? Oh man, that would be hilarious. Okay. So anything else that anybody wants to do for the beginning of this session? It's like, again, change your entanglements as needed. Okay. I'm not going to worry about highlighting or whatever, and then you have to hit that. Whatever you manage to hit this session, fantastic, and that will be the priority one that you would give like 2 XP to at the end of the session. And then the second one, if you did engage with your secondary entanglement, then that would get 1 XP. And if you didn't engage with any of it, then obviously no XP. Okay? And that's how we'll play. And Gullible Moo, you have a roll to make.
I did. I actually rolled a 10.
Yeah. Okay. So
Um,
what's the outcome if you get a 10 on the face Face of Fate.
At the start of a session, roll 2d6 without elements. 6. On a hit, write down the roll result. At any time during the session, I may swap this roll result for any result belonging to me or allies.
Nice. Okay.
You or your ally then adds the element as well and resolves the roll as usual. So that could become a 12 if you have a +2 in your element.
Whoa. Okay. Hold on. Element.
And just a reminder, you still have a 1 soft move against me if you want to use it.
I think I did use it against
You
you
used
already.
1, but I think you can have another one. They're fun. They're fun.
Oh, can I do this to Gullible Moo? Yes, I can do this to Gullible Moo. It's
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Hold on. Making a note. Soft move. Gullible Moo. All right. You really, I mean, like, that's very generous of you. It's like, don't do that for GMs. We'll take it. All right. Anyway, it's fine. Okay. So, I'm imagining everybody has woken up, and I think this is where Riverglass and the White Monk are going to roll up in their own carriage, seeing like the servants already in a tizzy or sad or whatever, and then like just kind of like rock up and be what's going on. Like we see a scene of them like at the stables and like trying to get their stuff situated and finding out from all different sources about what happened, and they will make their way to Sun Xian and just like make their condolences and such. I don't think you the PCs see them yet coming in, and then this is where huffing and puffing the cartsman will actually bring up the 4 coffins. It took him all night. Like Black Orchid did their job so damn well. It's like they got you here in record time. So the poor man has been kind of like plodding along ever since. So finally, the 4 coffins are here, and Sun Jian knows about it. Actually, you know what? Because Sun Zheng is worried, talking with Riverglass and the White Monk, and we'll describe them in a minute. Sun Yang, the son of the household, greets the cartsman and is like, "What is all this?" And finally, I'm here. It's the 4 coffins that were ordered. And he's looking like the camera sees his face looking, "What are you talking about? My father's dead. Who ordered these?" And then he hands off the order. And you just see Sun Young's face looking surprised and shocked. And then we cut to you guys. What are you all doing this morning? I mean, there is a breakfast of sorts set out. Of course, there are people that are huddled in the dining room, like, looking pensive, having their tea, whatever. And I think if this is where you all manage to be, I think this is where Riverglass and the White Monk will come in. I would like a description from Gullible Moo about what Riverglass looks like. And I would like a description from Jintong what the White Monk looks like when they come into the room.
Yeah, I think that picture is perfect. For the recording, it's blue and white, but there's kind of like geometric patterns in it as well for Riverglass. Even though he's been on the road, he's looking radiant as ever. And I think when Gullible Wu sees him, he'll run up and give him a hug, and greet him warmly. And then he'll wave to the White Monk as well. I was not expecting you to come here.
I wasn't expecting you to be here. Why are you? I had business with Sun Guan Yi.
He's dead.
What?
Yes, it was due to blood loss and head loss. And I go into my pocket and I show him the invite that I got. I don't know why I was invited, but um, the master of this house was acting very strangely. He was being paranoid.
Evidently. Let us have some breakfast and see what this is all about. And he turns to his companion, the white monk, and says, let us go and sit down and see if we can make sense of it all. And Jintong, what does the white monk look like when they come in?
They look like they look like a monk. Like I think they do actually. They are dressed in the classic I don't know what's called in English. The Buddhist monk outfit that is very common in Chinese depictions of monks. The thing and then the thing on top of it. um, and though I think a distinguishing feature is that it is all white. Um, and it's kind of like, which is, I guess, strange. I mean, I guess not really if you're talking about the Wulin world, but it can. I wonder if there are rumors that imply that it's because he is mourning someone. But anyway,
That is a
monk
rumor.
I don't know. It could be if he's wearing all white.
Okay.
Pronouns are
Good
he,
to know.
she. Okay. He, her. Okay. So yeah.
Do you greet him? Greet them?
Uh, yeah, when she arrives on the scene, Juno immediately clocks her presence, but she doesn't turn around, or she doesn't turn to like fully look at the white monk. Instead, she stands there and like stares at a particular spot in the way that someone who's very aware of someone else in the vicinity would stare. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think she does not go to speak to the white monk. In fact, I think her eyes actually kind of she like does that staring thing, and then she just like briefly looks to see if Black Orchid is around.
And I think while Jintong is looking around, that's when she can hear behind her. And Black Orchid is like eating breakfast behind and has like several huge plates and has put them in front of everybody, right, from the group, and has saved the biggest plate for Jintong, of course. Growing assassin girl needs her nutrients, right? And so
Chino like looks at the mountain of food and just like very like this happens all the time, just very um takes it and then starts shoveling half of the food into Black Orchid's bowl. Um,
and I think Black Orchid goes, ha 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 ha, and then also shoves it back. So it keeps moving back and forth between the two plates. Right?
it's just like a, and then it gets
Like it's a
faster and
mini battle
faster.
that's happening between.
Yeah.
I think Morningstorm will like who's sitting next to you, like Gullible Moo when you come back to the table. I mean, on your other side. I think she'll kind of like, elbow you and go, "Look at that. Do you think there's something going on with Jintong and Black Orchid?"
Oh no, that's terrible.
Why is it terrible?
Because Jintang's supposed to be with Soup.
True. Hmm.
Oh, how do we break up Jintang and Black Orchid?
We're gonna have to come up with something. I don't know, another note? Maybe from Soup?
To okay, that sounds good. What should it say?
We'll think of something. I mean, you belong to the Circle of Willows. I mean, what would you say?
A poem. Yes, a poem. Uh, um, okay,
Not right
I
now. I
will
mean,
work on
but
it.
yeah, work on it. Yeah, and then like we sit down to breakfast, and then like on your other side, like River Glass is trying to like get the story from all the other people that are there. So the Sun Children are there. Mao is up, and I think um, a few minutes after everyone has like settled down to where they are and like eating, I think um, Yellow Shadow Hunter comes in. He's not elderly. He's like kind of a middle-aged man who comes in with um, like sienna colored robes, and he looks like he has um, kind of like this very serious demeanor. Normally, never mind like the serious thing that has happened. I mean, he's just kind of striding in like he's in charge, but then he immediately goes over to Sun Jiang and asks like what had happened. I mean, he had heard from the servants and all this kind of stuff. What's going on? Um, and then he will introduce himself to you all as Yellow Shadow Hunter, and he runs the Sun School. He just heard this morning about the news, so he sits next to Mao. So I think that covers everybody at the moment. And then Sun Zheng will go to you, Soup, and say, "The servants have cleaned up the body, and we've stored him until the proper rites can be done. But in the meantime, you are taking on the case, yes?"
I will find the truth, and whatever it is, however painful it is, we will all witness it.
She puts a hand on your arm. "I do not expect anything less."
I will remind you uh, that there were 4 coffins delivered.
And Sun Yang will pipe up and say, "Yes, I greeted the carter this morning, and it purports to be ordered from someone here, sister." And she just looks and stares, and he presents her with the order, and she looks and it says, she kind of like looks up and says, "This looks like father's calligraphy." And
Interesting.
yeah, and they both look kind of stricken about it and puzzled, extremely confused and puzzled. So,
I think
go ahead.
I think we should assume that at least two of those coffins are for the two of you. So I request that you maintain vigilance. The fourth coffin, I'm not sure.
It seems like a bad joke. But who would joke about this? And we haven't found his head? And where's his lion?
Is the lion missing?
Yes, the lion is missing. Normally, Father's lion is in a cage near his bed. We went to go check this morning to do the normal feeding. It's not there.
I was going to call this the four coffin mystery, but it does feel like the lion should be in the title. I have to think about this.
Do what you need to do. I give you my support for while this is going on. And she will talk with Yellow Shadow Hunter as they eat to discuss matters of the school and of the estate and everything. So this is the breakfast moment. This can be like leading straight, like fast forwarding into all the investigations you all want to do somehow, somewhere, or entanglements. You just tell me who you want to meet with. Let's go. Oh, and so just as a review, and I apologize for this because I had not figured out how to enter it in except possibly plug it into the summary part. This is a difficulty 6 mystery, and that just shows the minimum amount of clues that you would need to be able to roll on your eventual theory without penalty. The way you come up with a theory is by matching at least one clue with one facet presented for this particular mystery. Okay? And so the facets, the pillars of the investigation at present are the murder of Sun Guanyu, the real reason Sun Guanyu called this party, and the death of Lan Wushan and the fall of the Green Leaf Society. So, as just a recap for Black Orchid, again, people were invited, people got individual invitations, whether they knew or not why, and Sun Guanju had said that this was to celebrate the gathering was for the anniversary of the death of the leader of the Verdant Sword Alliance, Lan Wushan, and also 3 of his disciples. This was 10 years ago, that, like last night, that it had happened. And so he suspects that an offspring of Lan Wushan had come back to take revenge for their father's death. And Sun Guanyu thinks that one of the invited young people is that person, wanting to, threaten Sun Guanyu's life. And Sun Guanyu left the room, screams in the night, and then the body, wearing Sun Guanyu's body robes and such, was found without their head in the middle of the hedge maze. So, yeah, fun. All right, so those particular facets are what you're aiming for. People are investigating or just talking with each other and getting majorly entangled, as it were. Black Orchid, after you're having this back and forth with Jintong, with the food, finally you two eat.
Right.
Right, there's enough fighting back and forth.
Yeah. I think actually Jintong might like halfway through this like battle to get food into each other's bowl, Jintong will just give up and then start putting the food in Soup's bowl.
Okay.
But I also have a bowl for for soup. I have soup for soup.
And I think the important thing to know about this scene is that Soup is eating all of this food. So Soup is not giving anything back. It was just like, yes, good. Uh,
But yeah,
Jintong,
and I'm making sure. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. I'm very happy for you to do your thing.
No, I was just gonna say, like, no matter what happens, Black Orchid is making it look very nonchalant, but he's making sure to break White Monk's eye contact with Jintong at every possible moment, like just
Oh,
like
yeah.
moving around so their eyes can never meet. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I think Soup is like stuffing his face and will turn to Jintong and say, Jintong, I hope you were not too frightened by the sight of the body yesterday.
That is an unusual expression of concern. Soup, is there something else you wish to convey?
I'm just checking up on you. I know it can be scary to see a dead person for the first time. So I just want to make sure that you are okay.
Are you not aware of her past history? I forget.
Nope. No, I no.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
Orchid is
nothing.
like,
Okay,
I cannot
got
say
it.
anything.
I wonder if
Just
this
kidding.
is what actually stops the fight between Jintong and Black Orchid. Like at that mission, we both just start eating
Yeah,
like,
like, oh,
sheepishly.
right.
Then I'll turn to Gullible
Yeah.
Moo and I'll be like, how are you doing, Moo?
Oh, I'm good. Are you did you solve the murder already? Do I know? You're a detective?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were there when also even if you didn't know beforehand, you were there when one of the Sun
Something.
siblings approached Soup and was
Right.
like, "You are a detective, right? I would
Yeah.
like to commission you."
Exactly.
Yeah, and I was like, damn it, rumbled. But
It was the daughter. I mean, like, it was the daughter
yeah.
who said, like, Zheng said that she heard that you were part of the close school. So
Yeah. People keep hearing this. I don't know how. It must be one of the 17 million times I've said it when I was drunk.
Yup.
Oh,
Um,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
So no, but no, I haven't solved the mystery yet, Moo, but you know, if my training holds, I should be able to do it within a day or two. But I'm worried about your mental and spiritual well-being right now.
I think in between this, when Undaunted hears this, like he'll like kind of like scoop like a plate from between you two, and then kind of like juggle it and kind of like do this weird flip on his arm as he kind of like scoops up something and then like dumps it in his mouth, and says it's like, well, you better hurry up. I mean, you don't know whether another body's gonna show up to fill one of those damn coffins, and then moseys on his way to pick up a jug of something.
I know it's impolite, but I hope he dies next.
I don't know. Somebody roll a miss. We'll see.
Yeah, when Soup says that, Jintong pauses in eating, and her right hand just kind of, or her right forefinger just kind of taps the chopstick absentmindedly, and then she continues eating.
God.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a gunman's itchy trigger finger. Oh no.
Yeah. What I think? Okay, I think Soup is going to reveal why he was actually asking Jintong and then Gullible Moo, because now he's going to turn to Morningstar and be like, "And what about you, Morningstar? Are you feeling okay? I mean, I hope you were scared or anything."
Morningstorm will sneak a like kind of like a warning look to Jintong from underneath her lashes before she kind of gets that wide-eyed, like, innocent look that she's tried to keep this whole time, and then just say, "Oh, it was terrible. I hope that you'll be able to solve this. You are a master of the close school, are you not?"
Does everyone know this? No, I'm not. No, no, I don't know. I'm just an apprentice. I'm just. Uh, but I will solve this mystery, and I will make sure that you're safe and stuff. Okay,
Oh,
maybe
oh, I'll
this.
be safe. I mean, Gullible Moose here.
Right, of course, of course. Okay, I'll go here now. And Soup will leave in one of the many directions. One of the
Is there any kind of like conflict going when she says, it's like Gullible Moose here to protect me?
I think so. I think that's fair. I already announced that I was going to fail this roll and leave. So let me roll this to see if I do fail this roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inner conflict, not with your style element.
Yeah. I'm always happy to mess this up. So I will roll with metal again for control, which I am just flat 2d6. I rolled a 6. Fantastic. The GM makes things much worse, please.
Oh boy.
Ooh, and you get 2 XP, right?
I get 2?
You get 1 for having to roll, and then the other one for the miss, right? Like,
You don't get
is that how it
an
works?
XP for the miss.
Oh, is that not how it works at Hearts of Wulin? I forgot the.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought
It's
this was
been.
one of those.
It says
Yeah,
takes
I
a
thought it was a.
loss in a conflict, so it
I thought
doesn't.
it was a. I thought it was
Yeah.
a. I thought it was a fail forward kind of thing too, but only if Wait, no, because it is in for inner conflict, right? Because I mean, it should.
Yes,
Should be.
yes, you get it for inner conflict, but
Yeah.
yeah, in the advancement section, it's take a loss in a conflict. Yeah.
Okay.
Or agree to PC's suggestion when they use hearts and minds. I think without failing rules.
Okay. All right. I should have asked, like, how do you think it'll go worse? Make it worse besides running away. How do you think it is worse? I mean, I would normally like slap a condition on you so hard because
No,
it's Morningstar, but it's like I don't think I do that here.
I think I I mean, very easy thing for me to suggest is that she does something romantic with like Gullible Moo or something like that, which would
Yes,
absolutely be like,
she throws her arms around Gullible Moo's shoulders, even though Riverglass is right there, and then just kind of like gives him that big like, oh, and I am so protected with Gullible Moo here. I'm sure I'll be safe. And she's just giving you that bright smile that probably like, took you in the first place.
Yeah, and then I say, of course, Gullible Moo is a strong and noble soul, and yeah, okay, and then
I'm looking at River Glass when Morningstorm does that. What is River Glass's response? Is because are they in love with each other, or is River Glass just a love interest for Gullible Moo?
What do you think, Gullible Moo? I'm trying to remember whether we said that Riverglass knew how you felt or not. Or if he was like, like just a really good friend. Like that through Circle of Willows.
Oh no, I think it's more interesting if they are interested in each other and are not pursuing it because of circumstances. Um,
Oh, wait, does he know that you were betrothed to
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just kind of gives you this pained look.
I'm gonna say, and I have river glass to protect me, like really awkwardly.
I slam my chopsticks down on the table and I'll stand, look over at Riverglass, and then start to leave. But looking at Riverglass implies for him to follow me.
Oh, sure, sure, sure. I mean, like, he kind of like gives this, like, everybody has just gone, like, away from the table just a little bit, like, because of that slam. And Riverglass looks at you, Gullible Moo, with a worried look, and then looks at Jintong, and then will immediately, like, hop away from his seat and, you know, follow Jintong at a respectful distance. And, yeah, who notices? Let's put it that way. Black Orchid, Gullible Moo, what do you think when this
I
happens?
I whispered to Morningstorm, Jintang must be very upset with her. I don't know if it's her breakfast, or maybe maybe she does not know. maybe maybe she's upset that soup left. Hmm. I'll work on the poem immediately.
Okay, sounds good. And she kind of has a puzzled look on her face as well as she's looking after Jintong and Riverglass. Black Orchid, what are you thinking?
I think Black Orchid had to resist the urge to as like Jintong was like slamming the chopsticks on the ground. Black Orchid had to resist the urge to like grab them and just let them slam on the ground, right? Slam on the table. Um, and then when Jintong stood up, Black Orchid stood up, and then when Jintong walked off, Black Orchid had to force himself to sit back down. Sort of like like when a dog doesn't want to like sit still, like there's a kind of like, a wriggling on the stool,
Sure,
right? But
sure.
Black Orchid is trying to behave.
Okay. Oh. Um. So on this comfortable moment, let's go ahead and take our first break. So that's 10 minutes. I'll see you at the whatever mark it is in 10 minutes. Alrighty.
All right,
See you
same
then.
time.
So we're gonna take it from Black Orchid, like sitting himself back down. But I mean, like uh, Riverglass is chased after Jintong. Global Moo is there talking with, or hanging with like Morningstorm at the breakfast table, and Soup has fled. So, Black Orchid, what would you like to do in this moment?
Yeah, I think like when Soup um flees, so those sorry, I'm thinking like those TikToks where the mom and dad both leave the dog and the dog doesn't know where to go. So because Jitong and Soup went into opposite directions,
Mhm.
Black Orchid is like, mm. like just kind of like, mm.
Well, I'll tell you
And
who's
but
around here still, right? So, I mean, like you
oh no,
still
it's okay,
have.
it's okay. I have an idea of what
Okay, great.
Black
Okay,
Orchid is gonna do.
okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. And so, Black Orchid stops and then sniffs the air and goes, missing lion. And so Black Orchid is going to uh like leave, and Black Orchid is like, if I were a missing lion. And so Black Orchid starts to move more like one, right? Like less wolf-like and more lion-like, uh prowling through the estate. And I'm gonna try to track down that missing lion and
Okay,
see if I can find it.
sure. Okay. Um,
So I don't know if that's like studying or something else.
I really think it's study
Like I'm not sure
because.
what. Yeah, right. Like I'm looking for the lion. That makes
Mhm.
sense, right? So,
Yeah, and study being the revised
okay.
move here, so it's like it's more,
Mm,
it's
mhm.
much fuller. in Numberless Secrets.
Yeah, I think I'm doing it by uh, I'm really focusing.
Mhm.
I think I'm using Earth, like I'm really paying attention to my surroundings. I'm looking around like if I were a lion, right? Am I moving around willingly? Is someone, you know, guiding me instead? So I'm gonna roll 2d6 plus 2. Ooh, 11.
Okay, great. All right, on an 11, gain 2 hold. 10 plus, gain 2 hold. Yep. So you can spend that
Ooh,
to gain a clue or
okay.
do a couple of questions. What would you like?
Yeah, I think I'll spend both hold to get the clue.
Okay. All right, sniffing about.
And I think like Black Orchid is doing that. You know the kind of movements they do every like Chinese New Year with the dancing lions, right? And so that's what Black Orchid is doing, like leaping from one like area to another.
Okay.
Ray, do you want a +1 on this? You'd get an extra hold, and we have a bond, so I could spend that to give you +1. Do you have something you want to do with that extra hold? I mean, like reveal something, blah, 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 ask a question. Do you want to do any of that? Otherwise, we can.
It's just one more to get it to like max, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
let's see.
And you're giving me an opportunity to figure out like
Yeah,
which
yeah,
of
yeah,
these
yeah,
clues
yeah,
make the
yeah.
most sense, Thomas. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I'll go. I'd love to reveal a detail and declare something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, totally use it. That's an awesome way to use that for sure. Okay, so let me figure out the clue. Or do you have a detail that you want to reveal first?
Yeah, I want to reveal. Let me just look at the different uh, characters.
Hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Um, let me just quickly look at people's characters.
Yeah, yeah. Go for it.
Ooh, I want to say that we see Gullible Moo's mom here.
Oh no, you see Gullible Moo's stepmom roll up?
Yeah, I think like I see it like as I'm tracking down the lion, I see her like come in and she's like arguing with someone in the shadows. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, but like I hear a sound. I think it's a sound of the lion. I look back and I don't see her anymore.
Okay.
Like whoever she was arguing with is still there, like a servant,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
she's not missing.
Okay.
I will double check with Rod later if he's okay with it. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, true, true, true.
oh man, this is so tempting because because of that. I mean, I want to use one particular clue, but then like there was another one that like
Why
seemed more
not?
appropriate.
Oh.
Shoot,
Mhm,
shoot.
mhm.
I needed you to roll a 14, and then I could have given you an extra clue. God damn it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with this one, because it makes sense with Gullible Moo's stepmom being in the picture. I think is your. How about one more? Oh God. Um, I'll try to see what I can roll up or whatever. Give me a second. Um, yeah, I think as you're doing the search, like you're moving around like very very stealthily, but then also with like your usual like exuberance. I think you end up behind like some of the flower formations and such that are on the grounds, and like you're close enough to see that yes, it's Gullible Moo's stepmom who has rolled up. I don't think she's ever liked you either. So I mean, like, it's, the feeling's mutual. And then, but you see her arguing, like somebody has come out and met her, and I don't think you caught her name, but you will soon find out if you don't already know that, like, she sees Mao. She's like meeting with Mao, like at this place, um, and like they're starting to argue, and she's telling Moo's stepmom what has occurred, and she's like, you hear like snatches of like, don't care what happened. It's like, if Guan Yu had any idea of whom Moo's actual father is, I don't know. I don't want him to know, okay? He just happened to get an invitation just like everyone else. And I think this, let me see if I can like try to put this clue in here. And the clue is discussion of someone's parentage. And then, like, you hear that, and then maybe you get a whiff of the lion again. Love chat. I gotta give everybody like a main character bit. I'm like trying to figure out how I can get Black Orchid to get in on this in a really fun way. I mean, Jintong has history with like practically everybody. Soup has been hired to investigate. Now Gullible Moo has a serious plot line down here. So now I got to figure out something fun for Black Orchid. Okay, great. Yay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a whiff of lion, and then like I think you kind of bound away to follow the track. Yeah. In the meantime, Jintong and Riverglass, or would you like me to go to Soup?
I'm cool either way. Up to you.
Let's do Jintong.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, where do you think you go, Jintong, to have this talk?
I mean, Jintong will do the classic thing of jumping on a roof.
Mm-hmm.
So like, takes a couple of steps out, just out of the building where we're eating,
Yeah.
and then as soon as we're out, we'll jump and then fly onto the rooftop. And we'll maybe like go a couple buildings further to an area that is less, that has less people.
Okay. Less populated, okay? You can jump on a roof, Soup. You just not as practiced. Assassins.
It would be
All right.
so funny if Soup just chooses to climb
Yes!
laboriously every time.
Yes! Yeah, exactly. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like, Riverglass is very graceful and is, like, pretty much 2 steps behind you, Jintong, wherever you decide to settle out and, like, sit.
Jintong will not sit. Jintong will stand.
Okay.
Looking like off just at the compound in general. The wind kind of blowing both of their clothes.
Yep. I mean, the only thing that he has to say is, what would you have me do?
Of all the people, why him?
Why not him, Jintong? He is.
No, go ahead.
He's a purer soul than me. Maybe I can feel clearer by association.
Yeah, saying he is at the same time is canon. Yeah, I think Jintong will fall silent when River Glass, and just let River Glass continue. And when he says all that, we just see a close up of her hand tightening into a fist.
Why? What is so wrong about him? What do you know?
He has a habit of only seeing things that he wishes to see, and only hearing things that he wishes to hear. He believes only what he wants. And he uses his innocence as an excuse to get away with it.
Is it truly wrong to... I think it is his way.
It is his way.
But I mean, is it... I believe it is more wrong for him to feign innocence and be some kind of clever jackal than it is to be innocent or of a more clearer mind and just be what he is. Why is that so wrong? If he is not...
Because it is you. And actually turn around and look at Riverglass now.
It is me. Yes.
He can flail about and smash all of the people around him to pieces like a careless toddler, but I do not wish that to happen to you.
You must think me also a toddler, that you think I couldn't help guide him and be helpful in my own way? Do you think he is leading me astray? Really?
I do not think that he's leading you anywhere.
Well, then why can't I just care? Is that it? You...
Because you are hurting. And I don't want that.
For a hard-hearted assassin, you are quite the mother. You know that, right? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
You're not fine. And Jintong will step closer and then just like grab Riverglass, like just by his, I guess, his chin, I guess.
Okay.
You've grown thinner.
When do I have
Is
time
this
to eat?
inner turmoil?
It will be. Not quite at this moment. Sorry, Mads, what were you saying?
I think he's just kind of like looking at you with these eyes of like pleading, almost. If it is me that hurts, maybe I am comfortable with sitting with this and using my words, using my poetry to help me through. What do you have, Jintong? You also look like you are in pain. And not by wounds. Not by any that I can see.
And this is the moment that we get the a close-up of Jintong's wrist. and of the darkened vein, just going a bit further up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, and I think Gino's eyes just narrow for a brief bit, but there's no other sign of the pain. I am going to roll inner conflict now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is with fire. Oh, that's a 7.
Okay. Conflict 7.
I could mark an element to stay, but I feel like this conversation is actually over.
Yeah.
So I think I will have Jintong leave.
Okay.
Run away.
I think as you're running away, though, I think
well, I'll say what Jintong does first, and then feel free to add whatever it is that you
Okay.
wish.
Yeah.
So Jintong will finally let go of River Glass and turn and jump off.
I think as you turn and jump off, he has mastered like a little bit of like ventriloquism of a kind, where he can throw his voice, and I think you hear the whisper in your ear as you leave, like you hear, "For all of your concern for my heart, sister, you should turn to your own and answer your own question."
And at that, Jintong just glances briefly at her wrist and then looks forward again.
Soup. Where did you flee to?
I am going to chat with Cheng Ruogang.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a mysterious person with the sword and feels like a very obvious suspect
Sure.
that I should get to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm also, of course, backing myself to be, extra charming here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah.
I think, funnily enough, I think like like in this state, there's like probably like training rings, because the school is very close, and so I think you will find her. She's like kind of went, snatched some breakfast, and then left, and this is where you find her. She is training in one of these rings. Um, it's kind of like a mini obstacle course kind of thing, like where there's like uneven bars, some kind of like weird walking surfaces, like where you can do the parkour thing, like leaping and bounding and such. But then like you also have to try and like hit these markers, these swinging rings, and try to hit them and such. And I think she still has her sword in its sheath, scabbard on her back, but she is using arrows as she's maneuvering through this obstacle course. Yeah.
Well, just normal hot girl stuff. I'm
Sure.
I think I need to find some way to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have I think I have like a cup of tea, and I'm going to walk sort of like next to her, and I'm going to drop it, and I'm interested to see whether she catches it and like
Uh-huh.
kind of like does the cool thing and saves the tea, or whether, regardless, that'll be my opening. I just so
Okay.
what does
Okay.
she do, man? Like, does she catch it in a cool way? Does it fall? Does the glass crack? What happens?
You're like next to her, yeah?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I make sure that it's within hand's reach or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think what she does is like, as you like you kind of like give her the side eye, you have this steaming cup of tea, and you happen to drop it. Like the second before you do, she has let loose a volley of arrows that go shing 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 like on the different targets. And then like, as the cup drops, we see it go in slow motion, like doing the spiral, and then like her hand coming underneath and scooping it underneath as she drops her bow.
Wow.
You dropped this.
you have incredible talent.
So I've been told. And then she will go back to picking up her bow and then, like, possibly finding other arrows in the quiver to address the course.
Oh no, they dropped.
Oof. Hopefully he's coming back.
Mm. Um, yeah, so I think I will ask her, which school did you train at? Which master can claim the honor of having had you as their student?
She doesn't look at you as she's picking out the arrows and then, like, checking her bowstring and then possibly, like, deeming it, worn, so she's gonna, like, restring it. And she does this with a practiced hand almost automatically as she says, "No school can claim me. I was taught by my father."
Really, he was a master.
One man's master could also be someone else's apprentice. There's always the possibility to be better.
And what brings you to this school on this day?
She looks at you fully now, having restrung the bow. I was sent an invitation, just like all of you. Are you this mysterious offspring that Sun Guanju was talking about?
Uh, as far as I know, I am not. I might guess that you are also not the daughter of Lan Wuxian.
No.
Yeah, he did not have a skill, I think.
She kind of just nods, but doesn't, like, look you in the eye when she does. How have your investigations been going?
Ah, I they're ongoing. They're ongoing. Uh, I wonder. See, so my idea is that I'm going to be talking to her for a while,
Uh-huh.
and I'd like to kind of abstract that out a little bit with my move tracing shadows.
Okay.
When I spend time interacting with someone, I can read their web of connections.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Um,
So what do you think? Rolling with...
I think I'll roll with my good stat. I'll roll with water.
Okay.
Hmm. Uh-huh. I 10. This is good.
All right.
It's good. Just not, yeah, non-messing. On a hit, you reveal entanglement and a secret they would prefer remain hidden, and I
Mm-hmm.
take +1 forward for hearts and minds on them.
Okay. All right.
Hearts and minds, very good. We have not seen that move yet, and I would like to roll it. So yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. A secret they would prefer to remain hidden. Hers is a sword that you've never seen before. Not many have seen it before, and really only have seen it from the guard upward,
Yeah.
to the pommel nut. And yeah, I mean, like, it's a remarkable thing that she carries. But she will not willingly let anybody actually see it in action, right? And as for the entanglement, give me a second. I just gotta see.
Does anyone have an idea for a cool name for this cool sword? Like, would it be like a cool name that I could have heard of? And I look at that and I go like, oh, it's that sword.
I had an idea, but I don't know if Mads already has something.
Nope, Nope. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think I had described it as there were holes when Moose saw it, there was holes in it and
Mm-hmm.
a hollow tube in the pommel with that played like a metallic flute.
Mm-hmm.
So and it was a mesmerizing tune. So I thought maybe the lullaby sword,
Ah,
Ooh.
if that works.
hmm.
Okay.
A lullaby sword. Ah.
F
Uh,
Feel free to tweak it if you want.
no, no,
Uh, I
yeah.
I have some ideas. I have some ideas for it, but I mean, like, I love that. I think that's really
Yeah.
awesome. And as for the entanglement,
Yeah, take your time, that's no rush.
yeah,
I'm interested to see who we connect her up to.
yeah,
Um, the lullaby sword.
yeah. I'm gonna have to put like um a mechanical like hold on that one for myself, just because it's like I have to read into her character a little bit more before I reveal the entanglement. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're doing this extensive talking with her, and
yeah,
it's like you're getting to know her without her really revealing much of anything. But
yeah,
I think from maybe the way she talks or the way she reacts when you mention certain people, I think that she will reveal something eventually. So I'll
yeah,
give that to you once I once I have it
yeah,
down myself. All right.
yeah.
Um.
And
And
I think, if you're looking for a way to end the scene, I think one of the things I say towards the end of our conversation is, uh, so you wield an interesting sword there. If I'm not mistaken, it is the legendary lullaby sword.
I think she will round upon you and just kind of, it's almost like a ghost, right? Because I mean, like, at one point that she's turned away from you, she's like still been like, working the training and like, shooting the arrows. And then all of a sudden, like, you find yourself pinned to the wall by her, by her forearm. What do you know about the lullaby sword? And we can cut from there. Gullible Moo. So last we left, you were with Morning Storm's arms around you in this hug and saying that you will be protecting her and such and so forth. And Riverglass has jumped up and ran after, or went after Jintong. Um, Everybody else is like kind of left at the table. Um, and I think, yeah, I think at some point, I think one of the servants will come in and say something to Zheng about a visitor, somebody who has come, through the gates to visit at this very inauspicious time. But you don't quite catch like who it is, and there you hear murmurs of like someone saying that um, I'll go and meet whomsoever it is, and Mao has gotten up and then like went to go with the servant to greet the visitor. So you don't know who it is. So left in the dining room, I think, is Sun Zheng, Sun Yang, the White Monk, Yellow Shadow Hunter, and Undaunted Zhedong, who has been chowing down.
I will
Oh, and King of Pearls is here as well,
oh.
keeping to himself.
Hmm. I'll whisper to Morningstar. Who do you think looks most guilty?
That's a tough one. We'd have to go and search for any kind of evidence. I mean, we can't just like take a guess. That seems that seems awfully reckless, don't you think?
Well, I think we should help Sue figure this out as soon as we can. It seems like more suspects come by the day.
True. Very true. And basically muddling the waters. I think, who do you think it is?
The King of Pearls never smiles. I'm sorry, one. Um, the two children look very upset. Um,
Their,
but
their father had head cut off. Gullible,
yes, I know.
I think I would be upset too.
Um, oh yes, yes, of course. I didn't mean to imply that was an unexpected emotion. Um, I do find it weird that the white monk just came here out of the blue.
Oh,
Um,
didn't you know? They were charged with coming here with um, Riverglass, some sort of business that they were doing with Sun Guanju. I think I heard them talking about it early this morning when they came in. But I don't think they can do that business anymore.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay.
I'll pick up my food and sit down next to him and plop it down. Oh, good morning.
And he just, he's kind of like had like a simple bowl of like porridge or something, and he kind of looks at you and just, with a very calm, very, you know, neutral expression on their face, and just kind of looks and says, "Hello. The morning
Oh,
is good, although very, very sad."
yes, that is true. Did you know Sun Guangyu very well?
Well is not the term I would use. Business tends to be on the surface and not as deep.
Did you know he had a lion?
Yes, that part of his reputation had reached some of us. It is a very strange affectation.
Hmm. Mm, if it's
Are you,
okay, can I ask what kind of business you were going to do with him?
normally I would ask for a information move or meddling move, but I mean in this case it's completely like, study with whatever you're trying to ask.
Uh,
Unless you figure one of your other one of your other moves is more appropriate at this point.
all right, let's check this out.
You're not pressuring him, so it's not hearts and minds,
Right.
and you're not trying to impress. So at the very basic, it would be study.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sure, we'll go with study.
Okay.
Um,
What are you rolling with?
uh, I'm gonna roll with observe caution curiosities. Fire. I'm just. Oh wait, that's not right. Um, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I will roll with fire. Just like, kind of asking him a lot of questions and um trying to talking animatedly. Such all right, let's see. Oh no.
What'd you
I rolled a
get?
5. Let me see. Let me see the consequences of that.
Oh my gosh, what?
On a miss, you gain 1 hold or gain 2. Oh, another crime.
Okay,
Uh,
here we go.
um,
Hold on. I'm sorry.
You,
I just have to laugh at your dice. What is going on, Gullible Mill?
you have a way to stop this, but do you
I
want to
know.
stop it?
Do you want to stop it? I mean, you do have a way to stop it, but it's your choice. You don't have to, but I mean, God
No, I think this is a fun time to have another crime.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I will do the 2 hold.
Who will die next? Okay, so hold on. Let's see who's accounted for, who's not accounted for. What you get from White Monk, and like, excuse me if I just narrate it instead of actually role playing it out, because it's
Sure.
like I can't be this confusing and mysterious.
Sure.
um, I think he will look at you and then try to explain a very esoteric way of describing, selling a different method to be entered into the school, or like some kind of of venture that he's planning on working with Guanju about. But then I think one of the servants will come running in.
We're just all so excited to find out who died.
I know, I'm just trying to figure out who it's going to be. One of the servants comes running in and starts screaming, you know, just completely out of their mind. It's like, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead, and kind of collapses, like, at the foot of Sun Zheng's feet. Oh no! Oh, poor Ray. Oh, okay. Um. All right, so let's deal with this particular situation first. And so everybody gets up from the table that's still at the table, and it's like, goes running out. And then you see, like, one of the first people that's out there is Yellow Shadow Hunter, like kind of bounding away, and then like, heading for the school, because it looks like this particular servant's livery looks like they serve the school. And over at the school, you find another body there, splayed out. What would be face down if they had a head still. And of course, the puddle of blood. And it looks like it's somebody that looks like they're dressed in Sun Yang's robes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good choice, good choice.
Yeah. I would make X's on these things, but it's like I don't want to mess up the pictures. So yeah.
Do it. Do it. X out his face.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
All
if you want to
caps
go ahead and do it,
dead.
you guys can edit.
Oh yeah.
Cross out. Like, first Sun Guan Yu, then Sun Yang. Oh no. And so yeah, someone with Sun Yang's robes or outfit and no head. And everybody leaps in.
Oh. All right.
And I think at this point it's like, Soup, you and Cheng Ruogang, like, hear it from the training area and go running to the school, because you see other people like running to the school as well. So like, for the most part, everyone gets there more or less at the same time. And then sees the bodies from the different, like, inner windows and hallways and such.
Sorry, where is this body located?
So in the school, I'm going to say that it is like, it is kind of like a circular building that is within the grounds, or like, just like off to one of the sides of the grounds. And it's shaped where you go into a big foyer and then like the inner hallway, which surrounds the inner training area, the inner sparring area, and that's where the body was found. All the doors were open, by the way. Like fresh air, blah blah blah. It's open, whatever. Yeah.
Not a close room mystery, a locked room mystery. What a shame. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just going to very quickly scan the surrounding area, and I'm just gonna study.
Okay.
Yeah, no head. Looking for that head, I guess.
Yeah.
I will roll with. I'll roll with water. Awareness.
Okay.
6.
What? Wait, what? Steady.
Do we want to?
No.
Math.
Wait, 6.
Math.
Okay, wait. Okay, so like, let me see if I'm reading that. Let's go back to Gullible move for half a second. Hold on.
Oh yes, sorry.
Oh my god. No, that's okay. Because I mean, like, because I didn't read it like fully, right? So on a miss, choose gain 1 hold or gain 2 hold, and another crime happens. So, I'm sorry. Did you pick like which one? Which one did you pick? Is it like 1 hold or 2 hold? Because I already made the crime happen, unfortunately. So, do you want something with a hold?
Yeah.
Or you want to
You're
save
asking, You're asking Moo, right?
it? Yeah.
For-
Move
okay.
first, because it's like I didn't address that particular thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking Jintong.
I
Yeah,
will, but I mean, like you were first, and I totally forgot. I glossed over the whole hold thing. So
right. Yeah, I picked 2 holds.
Okay.
Yeah, the crime's fine. The question was gonna be was the one I asked to White Monk about the business. So that was answered.
Okay.
If you want to, yeah.
Okay.
But if you spend 2 hold, you can gain another clue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I can have an. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
I mean, like, I don't count that as being part of this particular thing, because you asked the question
The White Monk.
of the white monk, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
and he was being very cagey,
Okay.
so, I don't count that as like being the answer to your question. So if you want to spend the 2 hold and gain a clue, I'll give that to you, and then
Sure. I'll get a clue. That's fine.
Oh boy. Okay. Moo, I think you realize that, this is the school. This is the big sparring arena and such and so forth. So they have racks of the weapons along the sides. And you realize that everything's well taken care of course. And everything's in its place, except in one of the more handheld weapons, like, how they have the racks on the wall rather than, like, the ones for the standing weapons. They have there is one particular sword missing from the racks against the wall for a bladed weapon. There's like swords there, broadswords, straight swords, like some of the blades, like, on either end, and there seems to be something missing from the wall, and you see that as everybody makes it to the scene and sees the dead body with no head. Oh boy. I think one of the servants has come, like, pretty much gibbering with Zheng, and she sees the body, which she recognizes from the clothing as being her brother, and she just collapses on the floor. And this servant is just babbling and babbling. And it's like, we were getting ready to clean the sparring room and make sure everything was here for class, and we saw the body and wait. Where's our where's our cle- where's our cleaning where's our cleaning tools? Because she said that they had spilled like a couple of their buckets or whatever on their way when they dropped them, and they're not there. They're not there anymore. You don't. I think you see some residue of like a wet spot or whatever, like where things were dropped, buckets or whatever, but you don't see the actual tools themselves. And okay, so Jintong, 1 or 2 hold and a crime happens, or do you want to use? I think Shadow is where you can do a flashback to bring up your roll. What do you want?
Or Rod could substitute it for a 10, just like that, just anytime he wants.
Oh, yeah, if you substitute it for a 10, then I can associate it with a mystery facet right now and rewrite that facet. What do you think,
Yeah, that's
Rod?
fine. Yeah, I'll point out the missing weapon as well to everyone. But yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll take it. I
And then add whatever element you want to it. So it could
yeah,
be a
I'm
12.
Oh, nice.
no,
Okay.
I already added the element and it was a 6. Oh wait, was it yeah, it was a 6. Wait. Oh, but then
Actually,
now
it
it's a
doesn't matter.
10. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
it's a
10 already.
10 plus 1 for your element. I could spend a bond and give it you a 12,
Or I can spend a
Agatha.
bond. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think don't I spend the bond for my own rules, right?
You can spend it for your own roles, but you can I can also spend it for your roles, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like it's
Yeah,
under the use bonds.
yeah.
Cool, very
Yep,
cool.
to give
So,
the other
so
person a +1 to the other person's roll. Uh huh.
yeah,
Spend that bond.
yeah.
Oh, look at Soup just being all like, here bond this, here bond that.
Wait, do I need a 12 though for it? Hold on, let me see.
You get
12
three
for
Yeah.
holds
steady.
if
Yeah,
you
you get
want.
3 holds.
With a 12 plus. Yes, I would like that then.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I'm spending that bond.
Okay.
Eight.
All right. So hold on.
Uh,
Jintong gets 6, but then 10 plus 1
Plus 1.
plus 1. Okay. To
no
12.
no additional crime for now.
No additional. I mean,
It's in a
oh my
twin.
god. Oh my god, no. She's been there. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Anyway.
she's like, oh no.
No. The convenient aneurysm, great. It's like, no.
As I'm holding her in my arms. She just
No. God. Oh my god. Okay, so this is 4. Alright, so we hold.
So I would like to spend 3 hold
Okay,
to get a clue,
get a
and
clue.
then I will associate it with the mystery facet and
Okay.
change the facet.
And change facet. Okay.
What
Great.
does
Okay.
change the facet mean, Agatha?
I think so. The facets are what Mads has listed before. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
murder of so I would just change it so that it's not about that anymore.
Oh,
So
okay.
like
So you could change
One
it
of the
to anything.
facets, yes, one of the facets
yeah,
can be
I can change
changed.
the wording of it.
Can be
Yeah.
tweaked.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Or like
Cool.
changing the think of it the facets as like again like your focus, your
Yeah.
foci that you're trying to do for the mystery. So if you change a facet, you're essentially changing that particular focus. So maybe you don't want to
Yes.
concentrate on the real reason why Sun Guan Yu did this, because maybe that's not the concern here, right? Maybe
Yeah.
that's something completely different, which Agatha will let us know. All
I'm
right.
so excited.
I know, me too. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. When you were studying Jintong, were you going all over the place?
Sure. Yes. I can have definitely been going all over the place.
Okay, because it just makes it very convenient for this particular clue, and I think you'll like this. So, footprints along a ceiling beam.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm looking around and then I feel like Jintong doesn't actually notice it at first,
Hmm.
but it's just the drop of a speck of dust that in front of Jintong's eyes, and then she looks up and then sees the footprints.
Hmm.
Um, and I will jump up and then grab the beams so I can just look at it while like hanging off of
Yes.
the beam. And I am going to,
Change what you change.
yes, I'm going to change one of the facets. Let me just read the move to make sure I have it right.
Hmm.
I'm going to associate it with a mystery facet, then rewrite the facet. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to associate it with the murder of Sun Guanyu,
Okay.
and I am changing that facet to
You had an interesting. I just want to bring up, like, you had an interesting thought, like, last session, which was,
yes.
is it the
Yes,
actual
I am
body?
changing that. I'm just trying to figure out the wording for it.
Okay. Yeah. Whoever the hell
Um,
this is. Sorry, I love chat.
like it's the murder and not it's not framing, but it's like whoever was murdered was made to look like Sun Guanyu, right? So I want to say that, but in a concise sentence.
Yeah, I know. Oh boy. Um.
The illusion of the murder of Sun Guanyu. The fake murder of Sun Guanyu.
Oh,
If you want
yeah.
to just frame it like that, like, like, yeah.
Yeah, the faked murder or the
Mm,
staged murder
nice.
of Sun Guanyu.
Like
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
call that. So I'm associating this facet, I mean, this clue to this facet
Hmm.
because these, the footsteps I
Hmm.
recognize as the soles of Sun Guanyu's shoes. I think there is,
You have to give us something really cool. Like, how does
Oh
Sun
God, a
Guanyu like walk
visual.
around or like stand, like,
Oh
or
wait, is
move?
this like one of those, like, kind of like what is it? Recreations, like reenactment kind of things, like in your
yeah, as I'm
assassin.
like
Yeah, yeah,
holding onto
yeah.
the beam and
Yeah, yeah,
staring
yeah.
at the footsteps. I wonder if Sun Guanyu had, okay, Mads, let me know if this works. Like Sun Guanyu had some sort, it's either that he had some sort of injury before where
Hmm.
there's just a very slight, he doesn't limp, but there's like a very slight difference in his weight distribution when he
Yes.
walks.
Yeah.
And that is enough for Jintong to notice. Or it could be something in his shoes that are like a very specific pattern.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Like, however you want to describe it, like whether it's like like there's a bit of a drag and a heavy weight to one of his steps, because of the uneven weight distribution, or if it's the special soul that he has on his shoe, like it's a dragon or a lion on bottom of his soul,
Oh my
something.
God.
I don't
I
know. I mean,
recognize these cartoon lions anywhere.
right, exactly. I don't. I mean, it doesn't have to be that ridiculous. I'm just saying, it's like if you recognize something.
So Guan Yu really cares about branding, personal
Yes,
branding.
yes. We don't have to make it that ridiculous. I'm just making that suggestion.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of
Okay.
that Charlie's Angels, like, scene, like, Charlie's Angels 2. When they're like spraying the floor and then they're doing the black light on the on the tread and they know exactly what shoe it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I think I'll go with the weight distribution one because
Sure.
that one is harder to fake.
Yeah.
And so it's yeah, as Jinho is looking at those yeah, the footprints, there's just a brief, or it's again that detective vision, I guess,
Yeah.
of like very sepatone or like grayscale.
Yes. Yes.
And then she's looking and then seeing Sun Guanyu uh at some point just it's just you get that like sudden flash forward of of him like walking upside down on those beams and then like turning and then his eyes like meeting Jintong's and then that vision fades.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
So good, so good.
So
Yeah.
if you want to like put next to that specific clue, like facet 1 or faked murder, something to indicate that that is definitely the clue associated with that facet, so this way it can never be changed. You can go ahead and do that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then yeah, faked murder. Do you say this out loud because like Sun Zheng is right there, like and she's collapsed and she's crying over like this, what looks
Yeah,
like her brother's body.
Yeah, she's crying in my arms, man. I think those are the words you're looking for. Like she's
Oh,
I'm
my.
just there. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah.
Oh my.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll do the I can't read a room thing and just drop down, let go of the beam and drop straight down to beside Soup and Sun Zheng, is it?
Yeah.
Sun Zheng, yeah. Um, your father is not dead.
And
Dun, dun,
like you see
dun.
one eye like coming from out of Soup's shoulder and say, "What do you mean?"
He has not quite a limp. A subtle enough difference between his footsteps.
True. He would use the lion sometimes to help him walk without such a gait. And then she looks up to where you're pointing. No. So wait,
These are fresh.
but if that's my father, who is wrapped up in the back room in the house? And she just looks up at you, Soup. What is going on?
It seems like we are being misled. If your father is not dead, then we can assume that your brother isn't either. This is, I'm sure, a complicated piece of good news for you, my lady.
But who are these people?
That is a very good question.
And she will, she and the servant will dry their tears and, do the decent thing, try to wrap up this body, whomever it is.
I want to study this body and
Yeah.
the
Go
other
ahead.
body. Like I'm just gonna do the whole
Sure.
thing. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be like
yeah.
time of death. Oh, it looks like, all of that
Right.
stuff.
And I think this will be a surprise for you, but I think Morningstorm will actually get like a more serious look on her face as like when you're crouching down to check out the body.
Yeah.
She'll actually crouch down next to you and say, "What do you see?"
Oh, cool. So I say something, she's like, yes, and then add something, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Like, yeah, I think I'd like to roll, and then we see how it goes. Because if I declare that the blood on this body is like, from 2 days ago or whatever, then like, yeah, could be fun. So, yeah, I will roll with water. Uh, actually, no. Let me. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna just. Uh, 1 second. I lost the dice roller.
Although with the way people have been rolling, I'm almost saying it's like you really should be warming up some physical dice.
I have been rolling physical dice.
Oh, no!
Yet.
Well, I hope you've been putting them in dice jail. Jesus.
Okay, I rolled a 9, which is great.
Okay, no. A 9 is still good. Yeah.
You
I
want a
can
10?
Oh,
I can spend a bond to
oh.
help you.
Ooh.
see. The thing is, I can get the equivalent of a 10 if I accept a consequence.
True.
And I think we're all interested in this consequence. I don't have one immediately come to mind, so give me a second. Um, oh man.
Gain 2 hold if you take a
Danger.
cost.
And danger.
What?
And danger.
Endanger?
Danger.
Endanger? Okay. How do I
Endanger an
do that?
NPC.
How do I endanger an NPC?
Well, I
Morningstorm
think,
is right there.
yeah.
What does that look like though? I would
Matt's,
love to do it.
I have a suggestion, but
Okay.
Matt's, did
I
you
would
have
like to
something
hear
in
your
mind?
idea before I think about mine. Go ahead.
I think the most straightforward one is poison.
Yes. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, yes, for sure. Great. 2 hold and I poison Morningstorm or whatever, however you want to play it. I love the idea. So yeah, I'm gonna take the 2 hold. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sitting down there. I'm just gonna declare a bunch of stuff. I've spent 2 hold to declare 2 things or whatever.
Okay. But you want a clue, and then you.
No, I won't spend it on a clue. I'm going to
Oh,
spend
okay.
it to declare something. I'm going to say
Okay.
that this body was killed at the same time as the previous way. This is not somebody who like was killed now uh, or anything like that. So I'm like this people were murdered and their bodies are being placed here, but and we know this room was empty before. So like
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm going to declare that the blood shows that this person was killed more than 24 hours ago.
Mhm.
Um, uh, uh, and yeah, another thing I will do is
What do you want to ask about?
yeah, I want to ask about Sun Jung. I would like to ask, how do I get her to want me to be by her side? I would like to say the right thing so that she is like, yeah, I'm so worried about myself. You should, you know, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm totally not a bodyguard, but I'm just gonna pretend. Then I could save her, but yeah, mostly I'm there to just make sure I'm suspicious about her. That's the main reason.
Got it.
This is so fun.
Yeah. No. I think if you make the suggestion that, you know,
That
regardless
she's
of,
next.
yeah, I mean, like, it's as easy as that. It's like, pretty much like, if her father was alone, because obviously the lion's gone for whatever reason,
Yeah.
and um, it's her brother, we think, still. So, like, he went off by himself, and this happened, and so, yeah.
Okay. So first match before I get to this thing where I tell her that I would like to be by her side.
Hmm.
I would like to. So when I look at this blood, I touch it, I see it on my fingertips, and I'm like, oh, this is not fresh blood. What does Morningstorm say that kind of like, gives her away a little bit in terms of her skills?
She will pull out something that looks a little bit familiar to you, but you're not sure. Maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you're not. Like something that is an ordinary household item or what have you, but yet she uses it in such a way that she's like taking a sample.
Mm,
Recognize this
yeah.
as a little technique that makes it not obvious, of
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
clove school technique is, right? So I mean, like, she does this. She pulls it out of her pocket, and then she starts like kind of like looking at, the blood, and then bringing up the sample like a little bit closer. You may or may not notice. Who knows? But I think something happens where she gets startled, and she accidentally touches nearer to where the blood was pouring out, or what have you, and oh, I got scratched. Ow, that burns. And like she holds her hand, and then she kind of looks, and like when you look closer, both of you look closer, like you can see there's something sharp coming out of the neck area of
Oh,
the body.
I look at it. Can I tell poison straight away? Is that something that I can just infer?
It looks like it's a piece of a dart, maybe.
Oh,
Like a dart that looks like it had some kind of substance in it.
yeah, yeah,
That maybe looks a little bit like the weird stuff that was in the pond
yeah,
with the
yeah,
koi.
yeah, yeah. I'm going to look at her and be like, oh no.
Oh no. What do you mean, oh no? And she takes out maybe a handkerchief or something like that, and like kind of applies it to her wound just to.
How's Jintong reacting to this?
To what?
The morning storm just being poisoned in her palm.
Okay, I can take a more proactive reaction, but I don't want to interrupt the scene. So I can't just have like I see it
Mhm.
and then it's like the look of recognition.
Okay, yeah, fair,
Camera
fair.
cut. Camera cut to you real quick, and you're like, like dolly zoom, and it's like, oh shit, and then like back to
Yeah,
you.
and then also cut to just the look. I mean, a shot of
Yeah.
the wrist like peeking from under the sleeve,
Hmm.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm holding Morningstorm's hand. I'm like trying to like, I'm bringing it up to my face. I'm like looking at where the wound is. And, as she wraps it up with a handkerchief,
It really hurts.
I, I I'm not, I, it's been a long time since I studied poisons. Uh, I don't know if this is one. I don't recognize it. Wish we need to get a doctor, a physician, or
I think Sun Jing will come over, and we have we have someone who can at least take a look at it and see if there's any healing salve that they have. And Morningstorm will get up, and we'll go with her. Um, yeah. Moo, what are you doing, and how are you
Yeah.
reacting to this?
So I take it that so Soup had noticed that there was a dart that had struck
A shard
Morningstar.
of a dart, like it has
yeah.
like some of that substance that's sticking out.
So when
Oh,
Morningstorm was like testing the blood in some very clove school kind of technique that I might not have like clocked just yet,
Yeah.
she seems to have been pricked her finger on some edge of a dart, like some broken needle that was still in the body, and now she's poisoned.
oh, so she wasn't the target.
No.
No.
All right. Yeah, I think Moo is genuinely concerned about Morningstorm as well. Um, beyond whatever their fake relationship is. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
See,
follow.
I think basically if you step up and say you'll go with her,
Yeah,
then Soup will not. You know what I mean? Like Soup will be like, yeah, of course you should do. So I think so. Soup is getting ready to, I think, go with her. So if you say something now, he'll be like, oh yes, of course you should. And,
yeah, definitely. I will go with you to the doctor. Um,
Yes.
I know. I know a little healing when the sheep get hurt, but um, I will help as I can.
And I think River Glass has kind of rocked up and like like watched everything happen, including um, his his mentor sister do her thing up there, and I think he will hesitate, look to you, Jintong, like for half a second, but then start to follow Gullible Moo and Morningstorm and Zheng. Yeah, so and maybe as you're heading towards back away from the school and back towards the house, maybe this is where you see like beyond, like by the gardens and such and so forth, Moo, maybe you see Mao talking with somebody who looks awfully familiar. But that can't be. What's your stepmother doing here? They're far
Uh,
away. Like they're across the quad, if you want to call it, and they're over by the gardens.
I will yell her name really loudly and see if she turns.
What's her name? Do we have a name
Uh,
for her, for this woman?
um, uh, mm, mm, I call her Mother Chow.
Without even like consciously like thinking about it, she automatically looks. You can't see her face from this far away. You can't see the expression on her face, I'm gonna say, but she does turn to look when she hears that.
All right, then I wave like a crazy person, and I say uh I say my friend, then I say my betrothed has been hurt. I have to go, but I will meet you later, and then I'll do like some bows towards her.
She kind of like just takes a look, acknowledges that you called her by name, and then she will like turn back to her companion Mao, and they continue to walk towards
Oh,
the gardens.
interesting.
I know, right? So, uh
Is this a good place to end the session?
yeah, I mean, like I was hoping to do more Black Orchid. Damn it!
Yeah.
Hopefully Ray gets his internet back. God, goodness. Unless somebody wants to like kind of wrap up with something at this point, like either at the Sun School or Moo at back at the house as you're getting Morning Storm checked out.
So I mean, it sounds like this is not the sun's body either, right? Because we saw him in the morning, and if it was older than 24 hours, this is also fake death.
Yeah.
Uh, maybe it's possible. We have six. We have six clues now that we can try to do the thing with if we want.
Yeah. Yeah, that is up to you. I mean, like if you want to try and because what happens is it's like after you do the theorizing on it, then you would um like resolve it next time if that's what you want to do.
I,
I would like to do just a thing that is not related to the mystery,
Okay.
which is I would like to go to Morningstorm's bedside, wherever she's, I guess, in her quarters.
Yeah.
And then I mean, hold actually, is everyone around? um
I mean, if we want to fast forward, we can totally do that. Like I think she's not feeling well now.
I think
So,
just a moment when, like, it just needs to be a moment when no one
mhm,
else is in the room.
sure.
I would love for Jintong to go in there. Um just like through the window, probably. I don't know, or maybe through the door, like a normal person.
I mean, like maybe
Um,
Gullible Moo's been brought out by the physician healer person, and then Soup is talking with Zheng. So yeah,
okay,
you would have a moment with Morningstorm.
yeah, I would like to just step in and then uh go up to Morningstorm and very quickly hit a bunch of pressure points on just like starting from higher up in her forearm and then going down to the closer to the wrist where the poison starts.
Mhm.
Um I don't know if I need to roll anything for that. That I'm fine with rolling it. Um but my intention is to slow down the progress of the poison,
Oh, sure.
and the same way that I did for myself, basically, like seal up a lot of the pathways or whatever.
I mean, there's there's really nothing here that I want to say. Yes, you must roll to see how it goes. Um, there's no catch-all like day move or night move here, like I would normally do in the between.
There is
So,
overcome. There is overcome if
Yeah,
you
there is
would.
overcome.
But
oh,
like you
okay.
said, you don't have to roll it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
if you're interested in there possibly being a complication, I am fine with rolling it.
let's go ahead and play for a complication.
Okay.
We like those.
Okay, then I will roll with
Because did you catch it in time? Is it the
I'll
right
roll
way
with
to
metal.
deal with it? Okay.
This is
Yeah.
control.
Okay.
Oh, wowie. That is I rolled snake eyes, so that is a 4.
Man, oh, we really should have saved the 10 for this. Ouch. Oh.
Um.
My
Um.
attempt fails in a terrible way.
uh,
Do you have a
do
move
I
that could
kill her?
make
I mean, I just feel like
No.
I feel like okay. So if I was gonna be a really really bitchy GM, I'd be like,
Yeah, it
in a
would be really
terrible
good,
way
but
means you accelerate the poison.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like
We need to find the antidote within like
yeah.
12 hours or
Yeah,
something.
I'm yeah. Let's say that, like, don't kill her right away. However,
Yeah.
I think you realize, like, you're doing the thing. You're under pressure because you think you know what to do for this particular poison. But then doing the particular ritual slash pressure points that you see the spread.
Is
It is a
she
hmm?
is she awake?
She's sweating. She's sweating profusely. She looks like she's starting to go bleary.
Is
So
she
she's
saying things? She's experiencing heightened emotions right
yeah.
now. Is that what it is?
I mean, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
Does that make sense, Mads?
sure.
So like the pathways. I mean, it could also I just didn't catch it in time.
Right.
No, I like the idea that she's feeling some strong emotion. Maybe we could figure out what and why. Like that would be fun to introduce. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
can I catch a just like a snippet of what she's saying? Like Jinho is not like, "Ooh, what are you saying?" But
you're
me, the
doing the
player,
thing.
I am.
Doing the thing.
Like
Doing the thing.
she's like stopping and then like trying to go faster than the spread, but and
Yeah.
so she's stressed, but
It's seeping. Well, I
me,
mean,
I
it's
would
it's
like to.
definitely seeping in. Like, you see signs. It doesn't look like yours exactly, but it's something very similar, where like it's starting to look like the veins are blacking,
Mhm.
blacking out or turning a strange color and just like doing some weird swirls and such, like underneath the skin. But while this is happening, she's starting to go like a little delirious, right? And she's like starting to speed up her speech. It's like, things of. It almost sounds like she's like reading from a textbook, right? And like she's doing it very quickly, or something like, very, very like, psychological, like scientific, whatever. But then she starts to go, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I just wanted to make sure that I got him back for you. And I didn't mean for this to go so far. I didn't want it to happen. I just wanted to prove myself. I didn't mean for. And like she starts babbling, like, you know, like just kind of like as if she's talking to somebody. And it's like, and then the last thing that she says is like, you understand, right? But you can tell she's not looking at you. She's like looking at somebody else that she sees. It's like, you understand, right? Can you forgive me? I didn't mean I didn't mean to I didn't mean for this ruse. I didn't. And like, and then you see her her eyes roll in her head, and then like she just kind of collapses back.
Perfect way to end this scene. I got nothing else
She's
to add.
breathing shallowly,
Yeah.
and you can see like on her arm, it's like the effects of the poison, just not. Yeah.
Incredible.
Wow.
What do you feel like, you know, having done this, and like instead of helping cure her, it's almost like you've accelerated it.
Incredibly stressed.
More
like than I usually feel.
Right. Well, especially on a miss, I feel like I want you to mark that element, because I'm like,
yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, please do, because
that's my style element. I cannot fight. Interesting.
Oh no. Eek.
All your energy is going to keeping your heart rate down. If you start fighting it, just get worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Man. Amazing.
Yeah, I think there is. It's like we see Jintong like seeing all of this, seeing that she cannot keep this under control, and then she has that just a grimace again, and then she looks at her own wrist, and it's gone up just a bit higher again.
Oh yeah.
To signify the marked metal.
Oh God, it's confusing, but I love it. I am so excited. Damn. All right, so let's just like take a look at some of this entanglement stuff here for the end of session. All right, so if you highlighted one of your particular entanglements, like, you know, more than the other one, take 2 XP. If you had done the other one, but to a lesser extent, then you take just 1 XP. And then if you did not engage in your entanglements at all, then, you know, no XP for that. Okay? Take a look-see.
So what do you think for Mu? Rod?
I mean, I had some interaction with River Glass. I mean, if you let me to take 1 for that.
Yeah, definitely 1 for that. I mean, you were trying to engage, but then like things just started going a little bit wrong. So you couldn't get in really intimate like you would have wanted to, for sure. I know.
And I think and with Morningstorm, I think I did interact with, and that was that whole thing at breakfast with her in suit. And I think I just like to throw in with Morningstorm. I think while she's unconscious, I try, you know, I try to I read her the poem that I wrote for the note for from soup to Jintong. But I think
soft
River
move against you. River Glass overhears, thinking that you're doing it for her.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think he turns away from the window, like he's listening. We see you like you know, reading it out loud to her. She's unconscious in the bed, but then at the window we pan outward, and then to the side, and we see him crouching right there, looking devastated.
Yeah.
Soft move done.
Amazing. Amazing.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's okay, I'll take two with Morningstar, two
Okay.
XP with Morningstar. Yeah,
Yes, it's
cool.
fine. Okay. Jintong, what about your
Um,
entanglements?
I think for my romantic one,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take one XP for it, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. I
Mm-hmm.
interacted with it briefly.
Yes.
And
A lot
then
of
the river,
looks.
yeah. And then the river glass one, uh, I feel like that is much
That was so
more.
strong. That was
Yeah.
amazing. That was a great scene. And again, you can adjust them, but then you can also adjust them at the beginning of the next session and such. Soup.
Yeah, my first entanglement is with Morningstorm, and though Black Orchid didn't show me up, I wrestled with my feelings for Morningstorm a lot, so I think I'll take 2 XP for that.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
the Jintong and Black Orchid one did not come up, so I won't take anything for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
yeah.
So, stars and wishes. Oh my gosh. Amazing. What do you think, guys? Like, stars for anything in the session, the gameplay, role play, wishes for next time and the future, like all the developments. I owe you an entanglement, you know, for what Chen
Yeah.
Ruogang has, and I again, because I have to read into her character. Her character kind of
Yeah.
carries on through, like the next mystery or two. So I just want to just see what I can include before I like say yes, she's entangled with blah blah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll give
Awesome.
that to you
Sounds
next
great.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
because
Uh,
I think it'll be like one of those like sepia reveals where you kind of like realize what you've read or what you've heard, and so which case it'll be revealed that way. Okay, so
I have a star. I'm going to start with 1 star.
okay,
That star is to you, Thomas, for suggesting that I describe the detective vision of like looking at the clue on the ceiling. Like I didn't think of that until you mentioned it, and then I was like, oh yeah. And I feel like it ended up being very visual because of your suggestion. So star to you.
hey, thank you. Thank you. Do you want to just keep going, Agatha, and do all your stars?
No, because I don't want to take stars away from other people. We can circle
he
back.
took stars away from you last time.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
I went first and I did all the stars, and everyone complained afterwards. They were like, Thomas took my
Actually, only
stars.
I complained.
I think
Rod was like, "Oh, it's fine," but I was like, "Ugh."
There's
Um,
always going to be repeat stars, always. So
yeah, that's true. No, I'm
I
gonna
want
say
to.
my 1 star. So
Yeah, I'll do 1 star. I'll give 1 star to Mads for uh the last 15 to 20 minutes from Morningstorm being poisoned to River Glass hearing. Like there was some like great moves like back to back to back. And I thought we had such a kick-ass ending to the session because of some cool stuff that you thought of. So yeah, start to you.
Star to Agatha for the moment with the river glass, which I hope I want to see in the video because I only caught the tail end of it. But it sounded pretty intense. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm very much looking to hearing the whole thing. Um,
yeah,
and
Jintong has some thoughts. Like, I was like, whoa.
I mean, Riverglass was like propping for you hard. I mean,
oh, neat,
so cool.
sweet, cool.
But then that leads to my star, which is for you, Rod, because I just feel like we've created a meme with Gullible moods. Like, he is insert thing here.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good part of that scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Any other
I
stars?
also I star to wait, what was it? A star to the doubling down and then wanting to write a poem.
yeah.
It's going to be so funny when or well, I don't know if funny is the word. When we finally get to the moment where Jintong reveals what she thinks about these notes. But yeah, I think it's very interesting also the dynamic between Mu and Morning Storm. Like, yeah. I'm like, huh. Huh.
It's
It's
like,
a very interesting direction to go with your connection.
Yeah, I wanna give a quick start to the first scene with Jintong and Black Orchid with the food. I thought that was like just so incredibly cute. And then, just wish there was more, there could have been more of it, but tragically we were robbed. But yeah, that was a very cute scene. Start for that. Yeah. And I liked Agatha Singh Chitong is like looking at the White Monk, but then looking at Black Orchid, and Black Orchid was like, I put my body in between
yes!
Chitong and the White Monk.
Oh, stars, stars, stars for that. So good. That was
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to do more with that for sure. I'm just like, oh man, two of them
yeah,
meeting or like, like White Monk trying to have a conversation and then Black Orchid stepping in. Oh man, missed out on that. So hopefully we'll get some of that next time. Damn. For sure. I just want to start like the entire first part when I asked for the montage for the opening credit crawl. Like everybody had some really great ideas and like some good recap of what happened last time as well. And then like the desaturation into the oversaturation of the flashback. I mean, like very cinematic. Loved it. Like, may want to incorporate that for every episode coming, but we don't have to, and it's fine. But it's like just stars for just being able to picture these characters and just really getting into the meat of them. I am so very happy that everything's just getting really tangled up. That's all I gotta say.
Stars for that the second murder scene and Tom and Agatha with the whole your father's not dead and declaring that the body was not who we think we thought it was. So we have some fake deaths, two fake deaths, I guess, possibly.
I
Um,
I can't wait to hear what this
I
explanation is going to be when we
know.
do the revelation. I'm like, I
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
understand how this is going to be put together, but okay.
yeah, great twist. Um,
Great twist.
mhm.
Any wishes for
Yeah.
next time? Then for the remaining sessions. So,
Yeah, well, this is a wish and a star and a wish to you, Mads. With the stepmom, I'm very curious now to see why she's here. Um, and I'm also very curious, Star and Wish, too, about the ramblings of Morningstorm and what she could possibly mean.
I mean, definitely star for the suggestion for Thomas for the stepmother being there.
Oh, sorry.
um,
No,
Oh,
I
that,
think it
that was
was
the Ray.
Ray.
oh,
Yeah.
That's
was
right.
it
Yeah,
Ray? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
star for Ray
Star
for
to Ray.
definitely
Yeah.
throwing that in there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, yeah, because we don't know, do we? Not yet. It'll be great.
yeah, yeah. Very, very exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my wish is that we do like we get maybe one clue more or two clues more, but we roll the revelation move next time. I feel like we
Oh
have
yeah.
so much juicy stuff, and I like the idea that we have this ticking clock with Morningstorm, and I definitely do want to save her. So let's pull it off.
I
Yeah.
I'm interested in more inter-PC scenes.
Mm,
Just have a
yeah.
space for them to breathe. I mean, I
Okay.
understand, murders are piling up and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But I would also like some just more space for like more drawn out scenes maybe between them, if
Yeah,
possible.
for definite sure. I mean, like the revelation move itself is where freewheeling discussion to talk about like how the theory fits together, but we really should be having some scenes where it starts off where you're trying to tell each other what you know, but then shenanigans ensue because it's like misunderstandings, just like some heartfelt stuff. anything and everything, just like throw in the kitchen sink. I don't care. That it like I just want to see more of like each of you trying to deal with each other. Especially like if you feel like you have not lined up any scenes with any like another PC, then this would be the time to start thinking about it before you guys get into the revelation move, because I mean like that may help or may confuse the issues even further, which I totally enjoy. Go for it. So that's my wish. Really make those entanglements like into a knotted mess.
Yeah, I also want to double up on that. I feel like we could just have whole scenes where it's just us talking to each other, and we didn't get to do that too much. Maybe an opening scene just a little bit, and then we just got into plot a lot, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see more into PC scenes as well.
Yeah. I mean, if you happen to get like a couple more clues, fantastic. But I mean, like, I really feel like
Yeah.
this is the time where you can really dig into your interpersonal reactions to each other. Like Morningstorm's out, out like a light. Like how you're dealing with feelings about that, and like who do you confide in? And there's a lot of opportunities right now. If anything, so for when Ray gets to watch this, it's like Black Orchid doesn't like your stepmom, and your stepmom doesn't like Black Orchid, so this could be like a lot of fun for Gullible Moo for next time. It'll be great.
Oh, was that established that Black Orchid and my mom don't like each other?
That's one of Black Orchid's entanglements.
Oh, I think I missed that. Okay.
Lied to by their stepmother, but they will never believe me. So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, yeah. Yeah. If nothing else, you guys have a wonderful week. Happy gaming for anything that you're doing. And then I will see you next time. Let's let's pick it up again, for where we left off and see what the hell's going on with these damn bodies. So,
Yeah, thank you so much for running.
Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. It's a pleasure. I mean, it's an experiment and a practice for me too, because this is my first time, and I'm really liking the system. Really, really liking it. I don't have it down yet, but I mean, I thank you all for your patience and your kindness in helping me out, pointing out things. So, this is a work in progress altogether. So, thank you all so much. Alrighty, have a
Thanks,
great
guys.
week. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.